Hello darlings. So again, another quick video to catch up. I did a video on Saturday in the middle of the Jubilee, the Jude B line, and let's just have a little look what's going on. I'm doing this live with you because then I don't carry so much stuff going on in my head. So I'm just going to try and remember everything, and there's been a lot. So what's happening now? We've still got Martin de Tours on the whale's tail. These are the wings of Lucifer. Jupiter doesn't have any wind, any air. So he uses the tail, the sword in the stone, the William Tell bow. So he can use that. He's got that bow there in the tail. The tail is the cycle of Venus, the morning, evening star in the sky. She makes the shape of the whale's tail. Okay, so here, Venus cycles. I've showed all this to you before. This is very much like the vision of a horse. A horse, if you put the horse here, he's got a blind patch, the 5-0, Hawaii 5-0. He has a blind vision, so he can't see directly in front of him. And this is exactly the same as the Venus cycle. So invisible for 50 days, Venus behind the sun, 35 days, 35 days, 263, 263 on each side. Venus at maximum angular distance, 47 degrees from the sun, 47. So invisible in front of the sun for 8 days. And invisible for 50 days. So Venus takes 8 years to make the 5-pointed star in the sky. There you have it. So she takes 8 years to make that pattern. And she also is 8 days invisible front of the sun for 8 days, invisible for 50 days behind the sun. So that Hawaii 5-0, the one hand, and very much Venus in Pisces, exalted, and Venus in Virgo in detriments. So when she's good, she's very, very good, the mermaid with the tail, and when she's bad, she's Horus, and we have the energy of the evening star. So Prince Charles said the lights in his speech.
Mummy, Mummy, Your Majesty, Mummy.
So we had the mummy. I'm going to come to that. This is all about the mummies, the bandages, the bondage. I showed you in the fifth element. We've got Lilu dressed in the bandages, bandage, bondage, the tribute to Ramses that we had, and we had all the mummies paraded.
And in light.
Right, so, and in light, I mean, there's so much to see here. But this light, so what is light? So the light, Lucifer, the light bearer. Lucifer's, in fact, no profane or satanic name. It is the Latin Luciferus, the light bringer, the morning star, equivalent to the Greek phosphorus, and was a Christian name in early times. Born spelt the same way as the new PM in France, Elizabeth Borne, even by one of the popes. It only acquired its present association from the apostrophe of the ruined king of Babylon in Isaiah as a fallen star. As the night of theology wanes and the daylight of science advances, the grand old name will regain its pristine significance. Again, will Luciferus be hailed, son of the morning, herald of the dawn, harbinger of the good time coming. So Venus in Taurus is feminine, Venus in Libra is masculine, son of the morning star. Coming back to the whale's tail. So here we go. This is the morning and the evening star and the cycle, death, resurrection, and we've got the, and so we've got west and the east. So it's always to do with that. 1 second. Right, so I can't focus when I get beep beeps. So here again, you can see it again. This is the whale's tail. And that was Lars just talking to me. So you've got the phases of Venus, just like the phases of the moon. And he was just talking to me about something, and that made me open this. He was just talking about the 72. So this is the aspect quintile here, quintile 72 degrees. And if you go round the wheel, you get the 5-pointed star, and that makes 5 108, 5 144,000, and the top little bit is the 36, and 72 is the angle here. Okay, coming back in the sky, Venus just moved into Aries. That was on the 4th. So Venus, the ruler, I said, of Pisces, what I mean when I say that's because I'm always thinking Venus is exalted in Pisces and in detriment in Virgo. So Venus is the ruler of Taurus and Libra, of Taurus and Libra, and we've now got the tail of the snake, which has just left Taurus, and the head has just left Taurus and entered Aries, and the tail has just left Scorpio and moved into Libra. So it's this passage of always the rulers I showed you before of Mars and Venus. Mars rules Scorpio and Aries, and Venus rules Libra and Taurus. So it's about this passage. It's very, very important. We've got Mars on the whale's tail with Jupiter and Neptune that's just arrived since 1856, and Venus, the ruler of where the sun has been for all this event, Api, the bull god, on the bullseye, on the one breast, on the St. Paul's Cathedral tits. And Mercury is now moving forward under the Pleiades, the 70 of the Queen, the 7, and we've got the head of the Milky Way snake right on Algol, and it's just in Aries. So it's getting closer and closer to Uranus. Uranus here, like it was in World War II. And we're waiting for the splash because Pluto, the subconscious, is retrograde in the Teapot constellation. And what do we have? The Queen and Paddington Bear. I've been telling you about badminton horse trials. Bad is just pad backwards with the D flipped into a P. The green man is Paddy. Paddington, the bear. The green man is going to take the bear, the merry-go-round, the North Polaris. It's the flip-flop. So we've got Paddington Bear and his red hat and his blue coat. That's Mars and Venus, blue and red for the purple rain. Blue and red make purple, the ultraviolets. So the teddy bear's tea party. Pluto is under Altair. This is the spinning, rotating star. And the wings are the whale's tail. So the whale's tail flips Jupiter in Pisces, Jude Paul in Sagittarius. In French, we say Pierre, Paul, and rising Jack, the green man, who's coming up in this axis here between Scorpio and Sagittarius, and between Gemini and Taurus. So on this side, it's the magician, it's Odin, he's with his baguette. It's all about crucifying us back into the Egyptian energy, the Greeks, from Roman back to the Egyptian energy, and wanting to keep their god Ra, the sun god, and rising him merged with Taurus, Instagram, the deer, and the ram. So Instagram, and here's the Milky Way. So the Pluto is here under Altair. As it's going back, the elastic band, it sets off the whiz. This is the summer triangle. There's the winter opposites. And Saturn, bang, in the middle, making 299 Little Prince. We had Prince Louis I'll be showing you. He was the son born when Kate wore the red and white dress, the same as Polensky's, Roman Polensky's Rosemary Baby 68. So we've got that 90-degree angle from Saturn to the tail of the snake just in Libra, and a 90-degree angle to the head of the snake just in Aries. It's going to go splash. So that was 6/4. Today we're the 7th. We had 6/6 D-Day yesterday. 6/6 is also FF, French Federation, and there are 12 signs in the wheel. And when you have a perfect harmony between the axes and the passive, active, masculine, feminine, then you've got those 6 feminine, 6 masculine in balance, in harmony. But when we mix up rising now, the bull god with a masculine energy, Appy, the green man, and that's why the queen was all dressed in green. So we're going to go and have a look at that, and we'll come back here and look at the planets as we see the posts. So this was the 4th of June. This was the 46 chromosomes when I'm 64, and the queen was lighting up all the DNA. As there was a lot happened on this date. There was also the Rolland Garros, this girl rising her 5-0, as I just showed you. Venus invisible for 50 days. So she came up and showed her 1028, I think it was. We'll be seeing that in a second. But first, on the 4th of June, we had the light. So the light, the Christmas tree, the spine, the nervous system. Showed you in older videos. So there's the meter, the lights being lit. The blue moon we're going to have on the 10th of the 6th. So the 10th of the 6th, we're going to have moon on Spica, the blue star. And these are pictures that I took from my English community here where I live. These are pictures that people posted on that day after the Grail. So there again, we saw that it looks just like the constellation of Cancer, and it's the stick man from the Thunderbolts project, from Symbols of an Alien Sky. This is up in the metro in Paris at the moment. So you come out of the metro line, the Elizabeth line in the Gers, and we had the ultraviolet lights. See the Pyrenees behind, that's the North Polaris, the teddy bear, the Paddington. Gers means German, it's short for German. So another picture from people of where I live. So these were taken where there was the big Grail storm, which I'm going to be showing you, and that Grail storm hit Casabon, that's CB, that's 32, our postcode 32, state of grace before 33 crucifixion, and 23 DNA strands. Elizabeth line, and again that's another picture, so you can see that ultraviolet line. And there we had the Stonehenge. Okay, so this is the Holy Grail. These are the golf ball size ice, and you see a car. Let's see if I can open it without losing. Accept if me. So it happened between the Lot and Garonne. So again, I said to you, the mother of Eliza Minnelli is Judy Garland. GARR, we've got at the moment Rolland Garros. GARR. GARR is a station, the trains, Florence Nightingale. It's the Midnight Express. It's the train. It's the choo-choo train. It's the line. So Lot's wife, and Garonne, and this is Castelnau-d'Auzanne. So this is right. So all the vineyards were destroyed, and that's just a very noisy video. But I think, yeah, you can see all the roof of that car. So where I was, nothing, but this is just 20 minutes, I go and look after a little old lady, one of my friends. She's had her whole garden destroyed, and that's her life, her secret garden. It really is very, very sad. So 5 soldiers fell down. They always show us the soldiers falling down. That is the between the solstice and the equinox line. So the Sol dire were not on the correct constellations. So that 5 again, Venus takes 8 years, and that 5-0, the hands. And then we have on the morning of the 5th of June, Paddy, the green man, the green line, Jack and the beanstalk. Badminton, bear is the cross you bear. So badminton is famous in England. It's the horse riding, it's the cross country, the cross you bear. The bear necessities, the North Star, Polaris spin, opening of the T-Rex, Mad Hatters, Haters, Tea Party, 10-6, Pluto retro on Teapot, constellation Sagittarius, splash of Willy I Am, tail, 4x4 wheel drive, Rolland, Garros has got 2 R's, the RR 1818, 360 wheel Range Rover, Rolls-Royce, Romulus and Remus. Rolls-Royce has got the same little fairy from the Louvre, which is on the top in front of Buckingham Palace. They had her all lit up. I've been telling you this for a long time. Paddy Bear B-Day is 25th of June and the 25th of December, the summer and winter solstice. Ice, Sun, Narnia. That's what I just showed you here. So you've got the summer triangle here between Deneb, Vega and Altair with the wolf. And you've got the winter triangle down here somewhere. I'm not sure, is it between Pollux, and it's somewhere around here. It's in this angle here. Okay, so Narnia, Arsland, Ice Queen, Ice Cream, Ice Queen, JFK Cup, Midnight Express, children trains, the railway children taken from parents. I wrote this on post last Christmas, adding them here. So this was about Operation Piper, that's the PP, Prince Philip, or the 99. You turn it around, it's the P, it's the 9. Taking your children. So the Queen is 96 years old. We've got Pluto at those last degrees of Sagittarius, 9th sign, 9th house, and the Virgo generation of girls rising the Black Madonna as Pluto then enters for 2023 into Capricorn. And we've got the famous Mad Hatter's Tea Party being set off now as Pluto's retrograde, and that's coming up on the 10th, and it's getting ready. That's what the girl showing her hand was about. So, old Paddy the Green Man, Shamrock, Fleur de Lis, Lucy Fleur Fur was born on the 25th of December. That is the date of MC Orion, the imposter joker. The bear is the teddy bear, picnic, de midi, North Polaris spin, round and round the garden. So the lost bears represent the orphan children in England. You've got children in need. It's the bear with one eye covered. So this is about Paddington Bear, and you have this crazy video where the Queen, they both say that they have their marmalade sandwiches. So there'll be a lot more symbolism that I'm not picking up on, that there's always so much that you can see. Great video from Uno, always, he did on the DNA. So the mark of Cain. So you've got Cain and Abel, Mercury, Gemini, and remember Michael Caine is MC. It's always for the fight for the top of the solstice. MC, yes you can. Obama, yes we can. Yes we can. Canada, Cain, the adder of Cain, the mark of adder, the cane in Pink Floyd, the wall. You've got the teacher with his cane. You've got Willy Wonka with his cane. And what was the Queen? using the whole ceremony. She's walking on her cane. She's got her cane now. So I put a lot of stuff, the same kind of thing. The T-Rex Mad Haters Tea Party, 10-6, ever since the tribe of Dan, DNA, ADN testing. I've told you for years they upload those with no heart connection back into the virtual black box. If you can't see every side and angle, you are led to the gold Willy Wonka. You are in a bad movie, and all it takes to break the spell is to get off the merry-go-round and see at the bottom of the Johnny Jack Depp Deep Blue CCC. So the whole Johnny Depp thing going on as well, that was all, as I've said in other videos, because we've got the head of the snake in Alpha, the tail in Omega, Aries, Libra, so justice, and tribe of Dan. It's all about that tribe of Dan. So here we are for coming up on this 10-6. We'll have a look on Stellarium 2. Paddy, Paddington, Pic de Midi, Nike at Hanging Rock, Bear, North Star, Bear Necessities, Jungle Book Spin, 10-6, Mad Haters Tea Party, Full Drive Ahead, The Green Man, 4x4. So I've just read all that. The bottom of the deep learner. Moon on Tesla, Woman, Tess, Spiker, Blue Star, Venus conjunct Uranus and Aries, Mercury, ruler of Virgo, where Moon sits, Mercury on 7th sister Taurus, Mars, Jupiter, Martin de Tour, Neptune on Pisces on the Whales, tell, Saturn in 10th sign, Capricorn, between Aquarius, Capricorn, ruler of the Twin Peaks, making dub L angles to head tail of snake in Libra, Omega, Aries, Alpha, dub-L 90-degree angles, Aka 99 PP, Palace Party, and Pluto in Teapot constellation, last retro, Aka 9th house and Virgo 6th house, Queen is 96 and Pluto will enter 10, Capricorn 2023, 610, dub-L 07, Mercury on last leg. So here's Johnny Depp, again, very significant that he is now playing the Joker at court, TikTok, and there, the 6th of the 10th, the moon on Spiker. So 6-9 is going to be important too. That's 96, that's tomorrow. So Venus is going to be right conjunct, not quite, well, it's still conjunct to Uranus. She's getting closer and closer. Venus in detriment, Uranus. Right, so that you saw that moon 9-10. That moon is going to be bang on the blue star Spiker, and then you've got the other blue star Vega. Yeah, and Nunki, that's Nunki there. Right. You would like a marmalade sandwich, so they've even put that into French. He said, would you like, but they wrote it as you would. Veux-tu? And there we're going to have the sun coming closer, still in Taurus. And there's the rabbits. Okay. There's the teapots and the archer, and that makes the whale's tail. That makes the shape of Venus. It is the arch. See, it's the arrow. It's the arrow. And the whale, the whale's tail. Or you see, it's pulling back to for the arrow and the bow and arrow. Okay, Tesla. This is Tesla. This is Testa d'Urberville. You've got, this Roman Polanski did Testa d'Urberville with Natasha Skinsky, the same girl in Paris, Texas. With her son Hunter, and they end the film at the Meridian hotel. So this is Tesla, this is LA Woman. LA Woman, Jim Morrison, JM, Jupiter Mercury, Tess, Virgo, La Marianne, D'Artagnan is La Marie d'Anne, the husband of Anne. Marianne, the Marie d'Anne, famous film in France, Peau d'Anne, tribe of Dan. LA Woman, Tesla, Tess of the d'Urberville, a pure woman, faithfully presented, is a novel by Thomas Hardy. It initially appeared in a censored and serialized version published by the British illustrator newspaper The Graphic in 1891, then in book form in 3 volumes in 1891 and as a single volume in 1892. Elon Reeve, Masked Musketeer, is a business magnate and investor. He is the founder, CEO, and chief engineer at SpaceX, angel investor, CEO, and product architect of Tesla, founding of the Boring Company. Okay, so LA Woman, 1971, The Doors, going through the doors. Regarding the famous Mummy, I've got pictures coming up, but Day 4, D-Day, 4-4, DD, and DD is FF66, last leg, Cornher. 10-6, Mad Hatter's Tea Party, Angleterre, last angle. The GB, BG, BG, staying alive in the beehive, Greasy Greek. And the Mummy is the Bond Age, Band-Aid, the Walking Dead zombies. A mummy is a dead human or an animal whose soft tissues and organs have been preserved by either intentional or accidental exposure to chemicals, extreme cold, very low humidity, or lack of air, so that the recovered body does not decay further if kept in cool and dry conditions. The Mummies, the Black Madonna, and the Dauphin, Louis. Moby Dick, Splash of the Whales, Willie I Am, Telltale. Charles de Gaulle, Le Pays de Galles, former President Prince Charles, Chariots of Charlatans, Charlie, Hebdo, The Whale's Tale. Uno did something about Chariots of Fire coming out, one of his videos. It's some war name they're using, Chariots of Fire going on in the war at this very moment. So it's all the Chariots of Fire, charlatans, Charlie, charlatan is, the gangsters, the crooks. The Put is in Lucifer's, in fact, no profane or satanic name. It is the Latin Luciferus, the light bringer, the morning star, equivalent to the Greek phosphorus, and was a Christian name in early times. So I've read you that already. As the night of theology wanes and the daylight of science advances, the grand old name will regain its pristine significance, and I've read you that as well. Charles-André Joseph-Marie de Gaulle was a French army officer and statesman who led Free France against Nazi Germany in World War II and chaired the provincial government of the French Republic from 1944 to 1946 in order to restore democracy in France. So then I've got quite a big thing about it coming up, but this is again just blue jeans, Levi, the blue moon coming up, and so the rising of Levi, Leviathan, blue jeans, genes, DNA, Genesis, gene of seventh sister, G7 last leg, celebrations, MC Solar is beyond repair. So yeah, level of mind control. When we say that Moby Dick is a symbol of something, we mean that Moby Dick, the whale, an actual character in the book, also stands in for a different idea or theme. The reader is meant to identify that theme through the character. In this lesson, we're discussing Moby Dick as a symbol or of symbolic of the Leviathan. What is a Leviathan? Although in modern usage, this term can mean simply anything of immense size, it was originally used in the Bible to refer to an enormous sea monster, particularly in the books of Job and the Psalms. Ismail certainly uses this term frequently in our novel when he refers to Moby Dick and to whales in general. So this video of Lana Del Rey, she's with the enormous crocodile, Roald Dahl. the enormous crocodile. So this character in England, Miranda, so Miranda, again, it's just this Virgo archetype, though she's meant to be the high priestess, holistic high priestess, and she's always made into Bridget Jones and clumsy, awkward, wanting to get married, lost, useless Virgo girls, because they're so afraid of just how powerful she is when Pluto goes into Capricorn, that they have dumbed her down no end, with the only option being the bitch, the gas, when we really rely on you girls to build the new earth. So there's always a double meaning. They, you know, all the symbolic stuff they're showing us is not just to say, no, 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 you know, you're walking into a terrible new world. It's also to activate and to, you know, see how many people can get through the looking glass, who can get through the prism, who can get through the, you know, the dark side of the moon and see everything as it is. You cannot be centered if you don't have an extreme, you know, you've got to be able to see the worst scenario and the very best, so that you can remain centered, so that you can be continuously in harmony between your own personal chaos and order. It's not, you know, it's not a final, it's not a line. It's a beautiful curved, as Venus makes her 5-petaled flower. It's a harmony. Venus harmony is from the curves that she makes, not from the angles. So Miranda is 21 kilometers from the capital of Gers, Auch, where the lion gates are. Don't forget, Kate and Willie came to the castle next to me, the Well of the Dragon, just a funny old castle with nothing fancy about it, but because it's right on the line to the Pic de Midi, and then they went to the gates in Auch, the Lion's Gate, so Babylon. So it's 21777. That's what triangulation is all about. Narcissists, they control you by controlling the image of somebody, how other people perceive them. So that's triangulation. The moon is 28 days, not 21. You need that last 7, that last leg. Otherwise, we're in that triangle, and it's just a passage. It's just a passage. So 21 people killed at Texas shooting. Miranda is one of the principal characters of William Shakespeare's The Tempest. She is the only female character to appear on stage. Miranda is the daughter of Prospero, another of the main characters of The Tempest. Miranda holds, so this place, Miranda, that I'm going to show you here. Here's Miranda. It's 323000. My postcode is 32290. So this is 323, and it's in the shape of a heart. And this English character is called Miranda Hearts. So this is when we should be finding the core. That's what the Queen dressed in green is all about. Finding your heart. Uh-oh, has it gone all the way back up to the top? Oh, I'm not going to open it again, but you can go and see Miranda in 32. So they have the biggest country western festival. And this year, they've got 2022 Memphis Legend, Mariotti Brothers, Texas 4, the Cactus Candies, CC33, Arthur Stallion Band, Hawaiian Gunslingers, Hawaii 5-0, the Ranch House Favorites, Martha Fields and Hot Shot Pickers, Hooked on July, and the Barroom Buddies BB22. Arthur and Hawaii, I'm always saying it's that, you know, it's, for me, it's the true merging of the Holy Grail. It's Scorpio Libra merging Texas with Hawaii becoming one again, which is in 9 years when we get the head of the Milky Way in Scorpio to Libra, and now we've got it going from Taurus, and now it's just in Aries. Okay, so cheers, big ears. Dumbo big ears. Mummies are from Egypt, gypsies. Band, bond, aid, age, covers ears. Van Gogh is Danish, tribe of Dan, DNA. He had cut his ear off. The ears is the arse. It's the same spelling, E-A-R-S, A-R-S-E. So ears is the arse. Silence of the lambs, thalamus, and the ears, arse, E-E is 5-5, say 10. The Milky Way, M-M is 1330, mile by mile, man by man. Lisa Minnelli in Cabaret. MM is 1313, 26 is the 8, the Orus Boris. Les oreilles, oreilles in French, gold, it's the same as abeille, the bees, gold bee. C'est comme le cul. So in French, my husband used to say this to me, les oreilles c'est comme le cul, ça se lave. Your ears are like the arse and should be washed. The three wise monkeys, moonkeys, monkeys are a Japanese pictorial maxim embodying the proverbial principle, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. The three monkeys are Misaru, who sees no evil, covering his eyes, Kikazaru, who hears no evil, covering his ears, and Iwazaru, who speaks no evil, covering his mouth. Gregory began wearing the hat actually, so this is Gregory the singer, and he wears his hat that cover his ears. It's called a Kangol Summer Spitfire with a modified strap to cover up scars he has had after undergoing skin surgery. So the three monkeys, the three monks, the three phases of the moon, crescent, full, and black moon, but there are two crescents, there's 4 phases of the moon. There's the triple goddesses, which makes Lucifer, but you need the last phase of the moon. The last phase, so it's the full moon and the 2 crescents, but you need the black moon too. You need the 3 stages of the female, the pre-sexual, the mother, and the old hag to find the last phase. Louis is the French form of Ludovic, so the 3 children of Kate. So the 3 children of Kate, we've got George, Charlotte, and Louis. Louis is the French form of Ludwig and means famous warrior. Louis was the name of 14 kings of France and is a prominent name in French aristocracy. The Queen is sovereign of 14 Commonwealth realms, in addition to the UK. She is also head of the Commonwealth itself. The number 14 is theorized to be significant to the 14 stars of the Orion constellation, with which Osiris was associated as the dying and rising god of Egypt, just as the Orion constellation rise to the vertical position each night in November and December. It's the winter triangle, or the 14 days of the half lunar period, 28 days, thereby being symbolic, so division of 28, 14, thereby being symbolic of the moon being chopped up into quarters as goes from a full moon to a half moon. Osiris also being viewed as a moon god in some cases. So the blue moon, this is the blue moon coming up on the 10th, the moon, half moon we've got on Spica. So Isis then took the 13 pieces of the body of Osiris and assembled them into the form of a mummy, and to make him complete, she either cut her thumb off to make a makeshift phallus for him, or made a golden phallus, depending on a story variant, which she affixed to his mummified body in an erect position. Isis then turned into a kite bird, and via the black rite ceremony is Ceres, the moon goddess, Mon, moon, and E-I, it's the eye, Ceres, Mon, eye, master of Ceres, Mon, eyes, used her magical powers along with the magical powers of Thoth to resurrect him and conceive the gold child Horus along the way, through the spiritual powers of the celestial seed emanating from his new magical phallus, such as shown below. In theme with this myth, pharaohs began to be buried in mummified form with erect phallus, so to emulate the resurrection of Osiris. The mummy of King Tut was famously found with an erect phallus. Later, Egyptians began to make Osiris corn mummy out of earth and seeds replete with Osiris-like erections. In Egyptian mythology, in the so-called death and resurrection of Osiris, or the passion of Osiris, Osiris was killed by his brother Set and cut into 14 pieces and scattered through the land. And it is said that wherever a piece of Osiris landed, that a temple grew. So the queen has 14 commonwealth. The queen is sovereign of 14 commonwealth realms in addition to the UK. So she is the reine, the UK reine is queen. In French, UK reine, Ukraine. Crane is the skull. Crane is the equipment to lift heavy objects. It's that 90-degree angle which you find from your esophagus to speak, to swallow. We've got a 90-degree angle to let our voice out. So that a temple grew or was founded. The Egyptians acted out this myth as it has been theorized by building temples and pyramids at locations of the Orion constellation mirrored around the Nile River, as shown below. The Nile River presumed to be the mirror of the Milky Way. So the 14 pieces of Osiris, there are 12 signs, and there's also that Milky Way line that goes straight through the belt of Orion and comes up on the bow of Sagittarius up to the tip of Deneb. Again, that can be the whale's tail. Up here, the diving duck, and Capella, the sacrifice of the goat. So if you can't get whole, you can't merge, get past Saturn and come past Sagittarius and Pisces to get into Aquarius and Capricorn here. And Saturn is right now bang in the middle of both of them. So these pictures about big ears. So he's got his funny hat. He's got his black cap, the black berry. It's what the Gascons wear where I live. And there you've got one extra monkey, you see. So if you can find the 3 phases, the 777 of Mercury retrograde and the 3 phases of the moon and the last one to make 28. So Prince Charles is known for his big ears. Dumbo, taking the children away, that makes the whale's tail again. The wings of Lucifer. And there's Charles de Gaulle with his big ears as well. And people say it's the same person. So because Gal, Prince of Wales in French, Wales is Gal, Gaul, the Gaulois. Okay. So, and there we had this famous image of him screaming and covering his ears when we had, so, you know, this is, this is she wore. I'll be showing you what she wore for his birth. He's got his little sailor outfit, the little prince, and taking the children away from their parents. Van Gogh with only one, he cut off one of his ears, Silence of the Lambs. And the elephants this is what they did in Paris. We went over, I did all the videos on this, right in the middle of the 12 avenues, the octopus that opens and shuts, and it's got no trunk, no heads, all for one and one for all, but you need the last bits. You need the trunk. Nelly the elephant packs her trunk, that's NL, and now we come to LN of Troy. So the rond-point de Champs-Élysées was originally meant to be an elephant. So you've got him on his one leg. And I show you always the little prince. So this is the Joker, the V5 He's the Hierophant. This is the Cairo. And there you've got will.i.am, the whale's tail, and you've got the green line, and you've got the children. All the children. This is the sigil of Lucifer. It's just full expansion is the Jupiter sigil. Completely closed is the Saturn sigil, and just before it closes, stuck in this V here, which is the BB 22. Aleph Tav is not the, it's not the true passage of the V for Pisces. And these are the three phases, the triple goddess, 2 crescents, full moon, but you need the black moon. There are the triple goddesses. Full moon, 2 crescents, but to find the all, you need the 3 to find the all. And this is the 144,000 opportunity at each opening and shutting. So from 12 to 8 to make the 5-pointed star passage. Remember the beginning of Ukraine, we had Mummie with her, and I've showed you 40 towers, faulty towers, the twin towers, the DNA fall, faulty towers. The Eggman has got no ears. And he also, we've got that shot of him holding his hands up to make antlers. And the Nazi and the Barber the elephants. Okay. So Prince Louis pulling all these faces. This is very much the monkey, and you know, they really made an effort to show us all these different faces of Louis. I mean, goodness. This with the 5 again, the hand and the tongue sticking out, and this is the famous dress. So there you've got Mia Farrow, and she wore accidentally wore red and whites, and yeah, so I've been showing that for many years, but with the roses, and they even give you a clip of Rosemary's Baby, goodness. So they say, it was an accident. How could you blame that? She was born on April the 23rd, so 2018. And in 1983, Diana wore the same red and white for Prince Harry. So very telling of the new energies coming in, the new royal families. Okay, so then we had on the 3/6, we had, and I didn't know about it, it was just from Uno's video that I found out about it. So it was absolutely the 369, the line broke, the moon key got choked. She put on her hands, so we have 28 days left, so calculate that. And you get the 27th of March, 2005. So 27 is 9, March is 3. So it happened on the 3/6. And then 1,028 days later, you've got the 3rd of March, 9/3/25. So in the background, you've got BNP Paribas. So, you know, there's always so many connections. My husband's father used to run that. He was killed in his aeroplane. There was him and his two best friends when my husband was 18 years or 16 years old, I think. I never met him. He was called Pascal. And it was also, yeah, that's another big thing that I won't go with. I've already spoken about that with Bernard Tapie and Credit Lyonnais. There was the big thing going on. Anyway, so Paribas is shown. So Paribas is Paris bas, Paris down. NRG, NRJ, Rolland Garros is Romans and Greeks again. RG, GARR is a guy, like Garfunkel, the Garfunkels, Simon and Garfunkel, Sodom and Gomorrah. The date, 10:28 days after, 3rd of June 2022 is 27th of March 2025, spring equinox. Then we've got Agenda 25. So this is something that I've covered with Asker. Asker spoke about it in one of our videos we did last year. And he goes into this agenda and he said, so we did that last winter, and they said that 17% of white people will be left on Earth. So this could be very much the monkeypox. It's nowhere else in the world, but Europe and America and Canada are the main places. So this is, you know, could be the big wipeout coming up between now and then. So you can go and look up Agenda 25. Everything is there in PDF. So the ESSA, the director is Joseph Ashbasher. 2025 outlines the challenges ahead in the first instance for the next 4 years, but also for the longer term in maintaining and growing Europe's role in the space economy. So very interesting. 2025, this dates, we're going to have Saturn just in Pisces. So Saturn will have just left Aquarius. This date is just after his passage out of Aquarius and into Pisces. So just as Neptune is there, Neptune. So yeah, I'm looking at Eris here. Neptune will still be in Pisces, and maybe it's going to be, let's put 2025, 27th of March. Have a look at this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So where's Neptune? We've got Venus, the Sun, Saturn. Saturn's just in Aquarius here, so maybe he's just on his last. Let's see when he moves into Pisces. He moves in on the 16th of the 4th. So it'll be the very last moments of Saturn still in Aquarius. So he would have done a good 7-8 years in his kingdom in the Twin Peaks, and he's just coming out for this date. Go back to 27. Okay, so the moon will be right on Fomalhaut, on the knee. Got phony baloney, false knee and below the knee. Capricorn is the knees and Aquarius is the calves. Got the moon on Fomalhaut. And look, Jupiter will be on Aldebaran. So rising the green man. This is the real green man, the whole echo, what's the word? Echo, yeah, echo. And so, yeah, that's really big. Jupiter's going to be in Aldebaran. That is the vice of avarice. And Mars will be right on Sirius, on Pollux, the boxer. And yeah, we'll have Pluto in Capricorn by then. And we'll have Uranus. Uranus might just be moving Could be something important. Uranus might just be moving. Yeah, Uranus is in detriment in Taurus on Algol. Oh yeah, we've got the north-south node in Pisces and Virgo again. So Uranus is on Algol and is Eris conjunct to Neptune. Let's see. So let's check out Neptune and where will Eris be? I don't think Eris will be conjunct. No, Eris will still be in Cetus and Neptune will just be here with Mercury. Yeah, and Mercury's going to be retrograde again. He's invisible for this date. So let's see. He will be retrograde. So this happened as Mercury was finished retrograde the 3rd of the 6th. And this too is going to be at the end of a 777 retro. He will start moving forwards. So it's halfway. It's 14, the 14 pieces of Osiris. This is going to be, he'll be on his 14th day of retro for the 27th. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 14 pieces of Osiris with Venus, the light bearer, the light bringer, Lucifer, Venus exalted in Pisces, and Saturn just on the last degree of Aquarius. So you get the picture. Okay. Here it is in a chart. So we've got Pluto in Capricorn, Mars on Sirius, and we will have the South Node just at the end of the whore, the black whore, rising the Black Madonna, just between Leo and Virgo. That is the whore of Babylon. And we've got the North Node just between. So that is very much the ending, because the North Node is coming into Aquarius, so that's the end of the V passage of the Vesica Pisces. And it's going to be the new spring equinox. Aska was saying to me, we've got a chat tomorrow, but this could be 2025 falling properly into Aquarius. Wow. And then it will be another, the North Node will go into Aquarius, 2, 3, and then it will be halfway before it gets to Scorpio. And there's the true closing, and that's for the 2030, Agenda 2030, 2032. That's why we've had Agenda 21, Agenda 25, and Agenda 2030. Right. This is the girl. She's 22 years old, and she, I noticed that I still get an echo, and I noticed that all my videos that I put sound, I'm restricted on, so I don't really want to put the sound on. But she is an incredibly level-headed girl. She would have been chosen especially for this, so that this is going to be the opening of the, the anti people who seem level-headed. So she seems really level-headed. She's saying she's doing this for us to save, this is all the rebellion, extinction energy, and she's very much that cool, that cool girl of the Black Madonna energy. Let's see. So again, she's holding that last angle, her arm, like I showed you in the last videos, and she's got the 5-0. So in that interview, she's called Elise. That is very important. Let me show you what Elise means. It means trade wind. Trade wind. And Elise is like the Elysee, the Champs-Élysées, the chant of winds, The name Elise is a girl's name of French origin meaning trade winds. So the Windsors, Elise, and in France there was a famous singer. She was always the Betty Boo, the little Lolita. She was famous for her song Lolita. Elise, Lolita. So they're jumping generation. These people are younger. This is the person. Let's see if we've got pictures. She's jumping generations. It's like Greta Pippi Longstocking. It should be the Pluto and Virgo generation, and they're jumping straight to the younger girls, the Pluto and Scorpio and Libra, who are not ready. First, we need the Bridget Jones. We need the Pluto and Virgo girls. And this is little Elise, very famous in France as the Lolita singer from 20, 30 years ago this was. Okay. There is nothing but reflections of you in every shade and degree. It's all about knowing the whole wheel and letting your cup be the eternal fountain. Your flame, the light of your sun, and your earth, the dark depths, black of your darkness, and your air, your mind, a light from the core of knowing that God wanted to know life through your perception of creation. And when you fear no more, you can be the master of ceremonies, sermonize. Ceres, goddess of agriculture, fertility, grains, the harvest, motherhood. So Ceres is an asteroid which represents the mother energy and cultivated crops. The moon, Mon, in astrology, the moon is associated with the deepest part of ourselves that can't be easily described with words. It represents our spiritual nature and the subconscious mind. The unseen things within that dictate our actions. The ceremony. Every single soul that worships any deity outside of themselves is 100% blind to the simple truth. You are that God, it's all you. So I shared that and I just added that little bit. So this morning I read a story to my grandchildren on Zoom. And interesting, we've got the monkey on the whale, on the dolphin, on the dauphin, Prince Louis, the monkey, the line broke, 369, the line broke, the monkey, the moon key got choked, we all went to heaven, a little rowing boat. So this story is incredible. It explains again everything happening. Mona, Luna, Mona, moon, Muna, Luna, Lisa, the Dauphin, and the moon key. Darkside of the moon is BORNE Black Madonna and the Petite Prince. RoseMarys baby, Louis Dauphin, title of the eldest son of a king of France. The heir apparent to the French crown from 1350 to 1830. The title was established by the royal house of France through the purchase of lands known as the Dauphiné in 1349 by the future Charles V. So we very much got the English Charles V coming up now. So let me show you this story. So it was the Greeks. So c'était chez les Grecs un usage que sur la mer tout voyageur menait avec eux en voyage singe, chien et bateleur. So on every journey, sailors, Prince Louis was dressed as the little sailor, bring a monkey, dogs, and bateleur. So bateleur is a type of eagle. It's a short-tailed African eagle that is basically black with ruddy chestnut back, reddish tail, legs, bill, and cheeks, a silver-grey patch at the bend of each wing, and a white undersurface with a black margin along the hind edge of the wing. So that's your 322 skull and bones, two-headed Janus birds. So it's not an eagle. That's not, these are trying to make the whale's tail with the wings. So where were we? Okay, and the story, right. So one of the sailors in this un navire en cet équipage non loin de Athens. So not far from Athens, one of the sailors shouted, sinking, naufrage, fit naufrage, sans les dauphins, tout périt. So everything but the dolphins were lost at sea. And this animal is fort ami de notre espèce, so the great friend of man, the dolphin. En son histoire, plein le dit, il le faut croire. Il sauva donc tout ce qu'il peut. He tried to save everybody that he could, the dolphin, even a monkey. And on this occasion, because he looked like a human being, the dolphin confused him for a real man. So it's un dauphin le prit pour un homme. He mistook him for a man. Et sur son dos le fit s'asseoir. So he sat on his back, si gravement qu'on eût cru voir ce chanteur que tant renommé. So he was sitting there so happily that everyone thought he was the renowned star singer. Quand par hasard il lui demande, so when all of a sudden he asked him, êtes-vous d'Athènes la grande? Oui, dit l'autre, on m'y connaît fort. Si vous y survivez quelque affaire, employez-moi, car mes parents y tiennent tous les premiers rangs, et mien cousin et juge Marie. Le dauphin dit bien grand merci, et le Piraeus à part aussi, à l'honneur de votre présence. Vous le voyez souvent, je pense, tous les jours, il est mon ami, c'est une vieille connaissance. Notre magot prit pour ce coup le nom d'un port pour un nom d'homme. So he used the name of a port, and then he realized that he wasn't the person he was pretending to be. He was the joker, he was the Tartuffe, he was the monkey. This is not the true key of the moon, it's to find the fourth phase of the moon. De tels gens, il est beaucoup qui prendraient Vaugirard pour Rome. So, what kind of people mistake Vaugirard for Rome? Et qui, cacotant au plus drôle, parlons de tout et n'ont rien vu, who speak about everything when they haven't seen anything. The dolphin laughed and turns his head. Et le magot considéré, il s'aperçoit qu'il n'a tiré du fond des eaux rien qu'une bête, et il le replonge et va trouver quelque homme enfin de le sauver. So when he realized he was a fake, he threw him back into the sea and went to find a real human being. So that was the Septième fable of the fourth book. So when you find your fourth leg, you get your seventh chakra, you get your crown. Very good, like Aesop fables. These are the fable de Fontaine, Jean de La Fontaine, the fable de Fontaine. So FF again, 6 again. The four times of management. So you need the four corners. This is just an image of the Milky Way, a song with Chrissy Hind and Martin. She uses the speech of Martin Luther King. Martin is just Mars and Jupiter, as we've got right now. There they are on the whale's tail with Neptune there as well. So Martin, Mars, Jupiter, Tintin, Can, Luther, Lucifer, Fur is iron, Lady, Milky Way, spin, Rolland Garros. So it's the French tennis championships and the Wombles of Wimbledon. Wimbledon is the WW, and Rolland Garros is spelt with 2 R's. The Garros has got 2 R's. I just used one to show GARR. It means a guy. It means a station. So NRG, Romans to Greek, flip-flop, the Green Line, Railway, GARR, Garros, Midnight Express. The Poot is in, Black Madonna and the Dauphin, back to Black Earth. What does the name Luther mean? As a German surname, Luther is derived from a Germanic personnel name, compounded from the word Lut, people, and eri army. As a rare English surname, it means lute player. So the lute is always Vera in the triangle. So this is the flag of Tipperary. It's a long way to Tipperary, and it's the lyra. The lyra. Luther is also derived from the Greek name Eleutherius. We're at the end now. This is a cool picture, just showing the waves of the sign and the chakra points, the main points. And one other thing, yes, remember this picture from the, Uno's also done a video where he shows the sun. Sun is just a play on Ceres, again, the moon goddess, and the 666. And you remember the opening of the tunnel of CERN in Switzerland. So very telling with everything happening again now. And this image was taken from the London Olympics. And you've got all the Florence Nightingales. You've got the Florence Nightingales. It's all blue. And they work for the Green Man, the pharmaceutical. So the blue and green makes the yellow. And that was Sade. Sade is Sade. And Sade, again, we've got the blue. And Sade comes from French soldier and writer whose descriptions of sexual perversion gave rise to the term sadism. Comte Donation Alphonse François de Sade, Marquise de Sade, and this is very much this day, the 10th of the 6th, coming up. Going to have the moon on Spica, the blue star. So we'll see what tricks are going to come up on. I think it's just going to be this, with this girl speaking who put up her hand with the 1028. So 28 is the moon cycle, 10 is Capricorn. Say 10 plus the 4 phases of the moon, and you might get your all for one and one for all. So there's always a double meaning, but she was a very strong little character, this girl of 22 years old. She only got 40 hours. So basically it was a way for people to say they're not looking up people that disturb our way of life, our sports, our games. So it's all set up so that there will be attack on people like us who, and I think I have a post which very much describes that. We live in a time where intelligent people are being silenced so that stupid people won't be offended. Another way you could say that is those of us who've just found the heart. And that's the last thing, the Queen all dressed in green. I have to show you. So again, this famous calendar of Lars. The black month is for the public, the red for the elites. So today, June the 7th is actually April the 7th. Right, so the Queen in green. We're going to finish on the Queen on green, in green. So where's the Queen? And that is really incredible as well. Here's the Queen in green. So somebody posted all these pictures of the Queen in green. So we've got Madge, the Madge, you know what a Madge is. A Madge is India. You've got Pakistan rising. And it's where the word major Tom, Marge is written, no, but it's Marge in India. Marge meaning. It's the highest active rank in the Indian army, a major, generals, and so it also is the Marge. It means, you know, the king, it means the leader. So you've got the Marge Ikau, and she's in this very, very bright green, and I showed you Miranda Hart, the heart. The heart is with you all. And that came out on D-Day, the 6-6-FF, when you can balance 6 masculine signs with 6 feminine signs. So 666 can also be the 999, and she is 96 years old. So up. Simply the Green Man, Jude B. Green Line, Jude Pierre, Jude Paul, and now for the 27th, 93, Agenda 25-7, Jacques, the Beanstalk is born, Elizabeth Macbeth, Pierre, Paul, and Jacques. The heart is the green core of the torso, Taurus field, the green god of fertility, the one, so they put a big one here, there's your last 7th sister, is the 7th sister, 007, Mercury just ended, 2177 retro on last leg. So this is their triangle, Mercury, Green Man on the 7th sister, Taurus, Pleiades, now the heart, as the Green Man is also portrayed with acorns and hawthorn leaves, symbols of fertility in medieval times. This would seem to reinforce the association with spring, related figures such as Jack in the green, and Green George appeared much later in our folklore. So this is the George, the gorge, Robin Redbreast, it's the throat, the gorge, and it's also the valley, the river between the legs of the female, the valley, it's her fountain, it's her water, and they're making it into George, and the Green Man, they're rising Instagram instead of, they should be at the feet instead of rising Scorpio and Libra as the scorpion that becomes an eagle again. So this is triangulation. When a toxic person can no longer control you, they will try to control how others see you. The misinformation will feel unfair, but stay above it, trusting that other people will eventually see the truth just like you did. Otherwise, you just get gaslighted. So you've got to get through the triangle in your own life and your own friends, because as we get through the layers, we will offend the monkey experiment when they put a new monkey in the cage with the monkeys and he goes and tries to get the bananas and they all try to kill him until no other monkey ever tries to get the bananas. It's all, that's the Jacob's ladder. So this is what the triangle 77721 shot dead is all about. Silence of the thalamus. Until you find the last leg angle to make the all for one and one for all, 1441 pieces of Osiris, you have no leg to stand on. 21 is 777, you need the last leg to make 28-day moon cycle, or you'll never be able to perceive triangulation. I was brought up as a victim of this from age 7. My mum made sure she distorted my self-image in this way. Predator partners and friends carried on the work throughout my life. It took me 50 years to work it out. It's the hardest jump through the loop to be neutral, because anyone that sees through the game will be targeted. Anyone who sees through their predator-victim ping-pong tennis game has to get past the triangle. Dark side of the moon. People with a narcissistic personality disorder or narcissistic tendencies might also use triangulation, usually to maintain control over situations by manipulating others. With narcissistic triangulation, one-to-one conversations or disagreements might quickly become 2 against 1 situations. So this is what's happening with this girl, 22. She seems very pretentious. She seems very grown up. She's not these stupid people with big smiles that we see everywhere. She's clever, although she's just a pawn so that this division is created to put people against those of us who have found the heart, who found the true. Chloe is the deess of spring, not the green man. Chloe is the green shoot in Greek. And it's not the jolly green pharmaceutical giant. It's not for nothing the island's got absolutely no trees and forests left. We're fighting here. Thank God we've got the Pluto and Virgo generation women who are going to really, as they said to me, Victoria, we'll tie ourselves to the trees if we have to, but we're going to fight to keep our last bit of forest. This whole climate change is just CC33, 33rd vertebrae. Vertebrae is the green tree, Weltarbre. Weltarbre is your vertebrae. It's just the 33rd degree. Okay, darlings, I think I've covered everything. I do just want to try and keep up. And I'm not going to be doing, I am doing my free readings one by one. I've been giving you dates. But I'm not going to sell them and put them online because it just doesn't feel right in my gut tummy. I just don't want to do that. My work with my clients is incredibly private, and I don't want, it just doesn't feel right. So I'm not doing that. I'm beginning to work again. And you can go ahead. I'll put my site on. So if you just see all the different things I offer. And if you've already had readings, you can come back for transitions. I do enjoy doing that, or anything else you like. And everything is at €80 once you've had your natal and your Saturn return, both at 150, or you can have the 2 for 220. That's 2 readings. And voila, we've caught up. Sending you all my love. Bye for now.